I've been a breakup coach for 13 years now, working with tens of thousands of clients from around the world, helping them get a second chance with their ex. And one of the most common questions that I get asked is, how do I know if it's over? Should I give up? Well, there's no magic test that'll answer that question for you, but you can usually tell based on a number of common signs. And in my experience, the 7 indicators that I'll be covering here in this video all tend to be signs that your ex is gone for good, or at least close to it. Now, the more of these 7 things apply to your situation, the more concerned you should be. Before you panic though, be sure to watch the whole video and then take my free breakup quiz to calculate your odds of getting them back. So along with the 7 signs that I'll cover here in this video, the quiz will analyze your answers and give you a reasonably good idea of how desperate your current situation is. Now, I'll link the quiz in the description below, or you can just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz. Now, let's start with the first sign that indicates that your ex has moved on. And that is sign number 1. You've already tried every trick in the book and nothing has worked. Look, if you signed up for my X Factor program and diligently applied the step-by-step techniques that I cover in the program, if you've done everything that I recommend in all my past YouTube videos, everything in the program, and you've been patient for at least a few months, and you're still not getting anywhere with your ex or feeling like you've made any progress, well, that's a very bad sign, unfortunately. And not to toot my own horn here, but most of my techniques and the advice that I give is proven and based on solid psychological principles. I've seen all of the techniques and tactics that I recommend work effectively many times before for my past clients, so I do know that they work. And that's why if you've tried everything and avoided making any mistakes along the way, but have never seen any success, if your ex feels further away than ever, even though you've done everything that I recommended in my videos and in my program to a T, you've really run out of things to try. And at that point, I usually recommend you start moving on and planning for a future without your ex. You can still try to reach out every now and then, keep up a bit of a connection if possible with your ex, but expect that it won't work out and begin dating new people. Now, before we move on to sign number 2, remember that this only applies if you've actually used my 3R system and apply a full period of no contact with your ex. You send them positive messages to flirt and build attraction, and so on. If you haven't already tried all of these strategies and used them properly, you're not at this point yet. But when you have actually tried every trick in the book and made no progress, that's when you know it's probably game over for good. Sign number 2. From the time of the initial breakup onwards, your ex has been 100% committed to the breakup and never shown any kind of regret or mixed feelings. Basically, if your ex has always taken the same firm line about the breakup, if they always made it clear that it was over and stayed firm with that messaging for a month or 2 since breaking up, that's not a good sign for your chances of getting them back. Some people are simply more strong-willed than others, and some people are more calculated when they are pondering breaking up. Your ex may have decided months ago that a breakup was needed, convinced themselves that there was no other option, and they needed to be 100% committed to a permanent breakup from day one. Now, this is actually not something that most people are capable of, but some people really can be this cold and calculated about committing to a breakup no matter what. So if your ex has told you that they missed you, asked you if you're dating anyone new, said they wish that you were with them right now, that kind of thing suggests that they do miss you or have regrets about ending things. And that is a different story. But when an ex is so firm and consistent for months after a breakup, always telling you it's over and never giving you any hope, that eventually becomes too strong of a message to ignore, and it usually means they've already moved on. Sign number 3 is that they're in a serious relationship with someone new. Now, rebound relationships are common after a breakup. So if your ex is in a rebound, don't worry too much. This isn't necessarily a bad thing for your odds of getting them back. Watch the previous video that I made about rebounds by clicking the link in the description below or up there, just for a little bit more information on what counts as a rebound. For the purpose of this video, I'm talking about a serious relationship with someone new. So if your ex is just sleeping with someone new, 2 weeks after you broke up, well, that sucks and I'm sorry you had to learn about it, but it's not what I would consider a serious relationship. A serious relationship is one that lasts at least a few months. It's public, and it's obvious that they're a couple. Maybe they've even moved in together, or they go on trips and make future plans together. An actual relationship, not just a quick fling to try and get your mind off the pain of a breakup. So if your ex is actually in a serious relationship with somebody new and it's obviously not a rebound, that is often a nail in the coffin, or at least a sign that you're looking at a seriously difficult situation. The more serious and long-lasting your ex's new relationship is, the more it signals that your ex is gone for good. Now, there is one exception to this. Sometimes exes reconnect after years, with both parties having been, in other relationships with new people during that time apart. Sort of the Notebook type Hollywood love story where, soulmates find themselves again after years apart. This is very rare, but I do very occasionally have clients who get back together with an ex from years ago. And if that's going to happen for you, you do still need to move on in the meantime and hope that you might work things out years down the road. For now, though, your ex being in a serious committed relationship with somebody new is a strong sign that they've moved on for good. And sign number 4, they've moved away or blocked you for months. So this one's pretty simple. If your ex has moved across the country or to another continent, and they're far enough away that seeing them regularly would be impossible, well, it's a sign that they've at least committed to a massive life change that will ensure that the breakup is permanent. So if your ex moves far away after the breakup and hasn't shown any very strong indications that they might change their mind or that it might only be a temporary move, then it's a very bad sign, and often they're gone for good. Similarly, if your ex blocked your number and blocked you on social media after breaking up, and they've never unblocked you after, several months or even longer, they don't want to hear from you and you have no way to contact them. So it's really unlikely that you've got much hope left. And you really do have to respect your ex's desire for space if they block you, and attempting to contact them through other means is dangerous and usually actually backfires. So the only way you'll get your ex back at this point, after being blocked for months now, is if your ex unblocks you on their own. It is a sign, though, that they've moved on. And on to sign number 5, it's been years since the breakup. So we already covered this earlier. So just to keep it simple, the longer it's been since your breakup, the lower your chances of ever getting back together. Again, there are definitely exceptions to this, but most people will fully move on after a year or two apart. That's enough time for 99% of people to accept a breakup, adapt, and find somebody new. So if you've been trying for a year or more, or even longer, and you're still hoping and praying that you might still have a chance, well, don't get your hopes up. It's likely that your ex has moved on at this point. Go ahead and take my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz to confirm if you've still got any hope left. And sign number 6, they repeatedly try to convince you to accept the breakup. Now, some people seem to be unable to accept the reality of the situation. You probably aren't in that small group of people who live in denial after a breakup, but this does happen occasionally. So if your ex and everyone else in your life has been trying for a long time to get you to accept the breakup and accept that your ex is gone, and you keep clinging on to hope, you need to really consider whether you're just not willing to acknowledge the reality of your situation. Again, like sign number 2 we discussed earlier, this only applies in extreme cases. So if it's been months now and your ex has repeatedly told you in no uncertain terms that you need to move on, and other people in your life are trying to convince you that your ex is actually serious and that you need to take their words at face value, that's the kind of situation where this is a clear indication that your ex has moved on for good and that you do need to listen to what everyone is telling you and work on moving on yourself. Now, if you've signed up for my X Factor program, then you're probably aware of a technique that I teach called covert jealousy. Now, covert jealousy is a sneaky tactic that allows you to use a bit of jealousy to help change your ex's mind about breaking up and eventually make them want you back. But if you've used this technique correctly, it usually works like magic, and you'll definitely get a response from your ex. But if you have used covert jealousy exactly the way I described in my program, and you're not getting any kind of reply from your ex at all, that can often indicate that your ex just isn't emotionally invested in you anymore and is moving on. Now, by itself, this doesn't always mean that your chances of getting back together are completely over, but it's definitely not a good sign, and it often means that your ex is over you. And similarly, if your ex has never shown any interest in your dating life, if they don't care at all when you show up to a party with a new date, the longer that goes on and that they show zero interest in your dating life or your life in general, and if they don't respond to any jealousy as well, it's a bad sign and they're probably over you. Now, this is probably the least significant sign on this list, but it is still usually an indicator that suggests that your ex is moving on. Now, before I wrap up, remember to go take my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz right now to calculate exactly how desperate your current situation is. And you'll also see some customized advice on what to do moving forward to get them back if that's still a possibility for you. So click the quiz link in the description below or just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz. It just takes 4 or 5 minutes at most, and it's completely free. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I wish you the very best of luck. Hope you found this video helpful. As always, don't forget to subscribe and shower me with praise in the comments below, or at least ask a question or give me some feedback. Thanks again. I'll talk to you guys soon.